Welcome, ghouls, to the Midnight Graveyard.
Hello and welcome.
We're going to be chatting about I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025. Also talking about the 1996 slash possibly 98 version.
Six sounds about right to me. I think it could be eight though. It could be nine. No,
No, I don't know.
I thought maybe Scream was 98.
I don't know. But either way, we're going to be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer, both of them.
2025. Yeah.
So grab what you did last summer and settle in for some creepy conversations.
It
Go
wa-
ahead. What did you think?
it wasn't super creepy. I think it was good for what it was. I think it was sort of maybe even just to revive the franchise or to sort of it's almost like a reboot. It's not obviously because we have a characters from the original in
Mhm.
this, but it's almost like that. And so I thought that it was done well. Even though those aren't my like always my favorite. Um, there were good jump scares, and I felt like it wasn't as scary as the first one. Like it wasn't as creepy, in my opinion, as the first. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be hard for someone who's seen those first ones to have it be similarly uh mysterious and creepy if it's following like the same type of script almost, which it did. And so it's not new, right? Like
Yeah.
that there's a killer and you know that the killer isn't going to be who you first think it is and that you need to like figure out who and you know that the killer is going to be popping out at weird moments. So you're kind of anticipating that if you've seen the original. So I think that that was kind of just part of it. Um, I really loved it because I loved those movies. So for me, all of the connections to that were fantastically done. And they made minor adjustments to modernize the movie a bit,
A little. Yep.
and I thought that was nice. Um, but they also stuck true to some of the dynamics between everyone and like the weird town
Yeah, some of
vibes
those
and
ideas. Yeah.
yeah, so I loved like I thought that was great. Um, and the same idea of like, okay, there's odd people in town that definitely witnessed what we did last summer and are killing us, and then you suspect like maybe the like the like in the original, like the people that are on the outskirts of town,
Yeah.
right? Like they're not necessarily embedded in the regular community.
Almost outcasts, even. Yeah.
Hmm. And so you're suspecting them a bit, and it's all like leading you astray. So I really enjoyed that. And the jump scares I thought were great. They did make me jump. And that's exactly what the first movie was too. Like that was built in.
Yeah.
Um, and I liked that the killer looked the same, like that they kept that.
I appreciated that the costume didn't change. It
Hmm.
was like identical, I think, to
Yeah.
the first one. So,
Maybe just like slightly better because it's
yeah.
so many years later.
Yeah. The silhouette was like identical, and that's what a
Hmm.
lot of it was. They kept that too, which
The hook.
is cool. Yeah, obviously the hook is, I mean, you kind of have to.
Hmm. Yeah, so I liked that. And the dynamic of friends and their personalities was similar but adjusted for
More
what
modern.
it would have been like if they were in today's time, which I thought was fun. Um,
I like that they kept the warnings similar.
what do you mean by warnings?
like one, was a murder and blood on the wall. One is a card, and it's like I know
Mm.
what you did last summer.
Mhm.
One is an actual phone call. Like
Yeah.
that. They're not consistent, but they are all sort of little weird like
Hmm.
things.
And I thought like that's in the steam room made me remember, and I still know what you did last summer when it was like a steamy shower scene and it came
Oh,
up. And so I was like, oh, they're doing
yeah,
both. Like
you're right.
they're taking the creepy elements from both and they're almost recreating them, but making it make sense, not just let's just
Keep it
redo it.
gross.
But they've changed the story and
Good.
adjusted, but they kept a lot of those quality scenes. Um, and even like I guess slight flashbacks, but done in a good way that you weren't just left watching huge chunks of the
Right.
original movie.
Yeah, no, it did feel creative. I think I know what you mean, that they sort of tread over some of the same ground that they had before, but they did it in a novel way, I guess, so that it didn't
Hmm.
feel like it was just watching the same thing like you saw in the first one. But if you saw the first one, you would remember, and so it's
Hmm.
like kind of a way to do a nod or point to something without just doing it again.
Yeah.
It was done well because there was a ton of that in that movie. I
Yes.
felt like it was every other scene they were like nodding to something or you know.
I really liked that piece of it. Also, I think what made the whole experience fantastic for me was seeing, not, well, seeing, but also mainly hearing the two young kids sitting,
Mhm.
we saw it in the theater, sitting behind us, um, and them like jumping and being
Screaming,
screaming, and they're
laughing.
young, like maybe shouldn't have been allowed to see the
Yeah,
movie. Like
I mean, yeah, but
maybe
we're
they snuck in.
old
I
as dirt. So
Yeah, so maybe they were fine,
yeah,
but
maybe we're just bad at guessing people's ages.
it seemed like it was their first like horror movie that they would have seen in theaters, like that experience for them.
Yeah,
Which I thought
they
was
were
great. Like that I was honored to be there
part of
for
that.
that. And at one point the one person let out such a scream and then immediately felt bad
Yeah.
because they were in a public place, and so
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Which I just was laughing because I'm like, yes, like
Yeah.
that moment, that's amazing. So I think that really elevated the experience for me because there were those young people there, and
Mhm.
then it was me remembering being young and feeling that way with this movie
There
and
was, yeah, excitement. A lot of excitement they
excitement.
had. Yeah.
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 And then
The whole movie.
a lot of the tributes to actors that I grew up really enjoying and admiring, and seeing them in different ways in this movie, and how they evolved. And I feel like they probably had fun being a part
Fun.
of this
Yeah.
project
I
too. And
imagine.
I liked I liked all of that. I just liked that they had a place, but it wasn't like you see or have seen in other places where they're redoing it and they're just not acknowledging that people have aged
Right.
and things would have progressed on.
Right. And we're trying to cram things in that
Yeah.
in places they don't fit.
Right.
Most of what they did was clever and smooth, I felt.
Yeah, not too long.
Yeah.
I think
No, yeah, good line.
the only thing that I didn't like was the slight excessiveness on
Mm,
the killing scenes. That was different for
mm.
this particular movie compared to the past one.
I could agree to that. There felt like a little more gore, right?
Hmm.
More of the blood and stuff. Um, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't do it for me. I don't find it to be all that scary. Or even all that gross, to be perfectly honest. It's just like, I don't know, it just feels like an unnecessarily long scene when we get 10 seconds or 12 of a hook getting pushed through somebody's neck or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I get it. It's brutal and gruesome.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. And that's something that I think I enjoyed from those movies of our past where you maybe heard the sound or saw the like almost impact,
Mhm.
but you didn't have this 12-second still
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
of
truly.
what's happening that you're like being asked to stare at. Like I don't personally like them, but I know there are huge groups of people that do, but for it's just not for me. Um and sometimes that can actually take me out of a movie
Yeah.
where I'm just not interested in it.
I can experience that. I wouldn't say that the gore was so excessive in this that it pulled me really out of it, except maybe that one scene, the neck scene. I felt
Yeah.
like
I
that
was like,
was
oh,
like,
I looked away.
yeah, like 2 seconds too long or whatever.
Yeah, but for the most part, I agree with you. It wasn't, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's a gory movie. That was just a
No.
noticeable difference.
Yes, yeah, there wasn't much of that. I don't remember at least that much of that in the first one, but I guess I could be wrong too. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But
Could also be the effects. Like
yeah,
filming has gotten so much more improved
oh yeah,
that
there's a lot
maybe
more
it was,
options, right?
yeah, and maybe it was there, but it didn't have the same effect on us as viewers because of the quality.
Hmm.
And now it's hitting a little harder because the
Right.
quality has increased so much.
That could be.
Possibly, I don't know.
But I would say that it's worth seeing if you're a fan of the franchise.
Definitely see it this summer so you can be prepared for all the
Mhm.
notes that you will be receiving
Mhm.
in the time to come. And if you haven't seen the first one
Yeah,
or the second one, you need to go see because they have I Know What You Did and
yeah,
I Still Know.
yeah,
And I hope and suspect we will also be getting and I Still Know. But I think it will stray very differently. I think this was a one.
yeah,
I think they set it up to be different, like moving forward.
yeah.
And I'm happy with that. I recommend this movie.
It seems like a format that they could potentially reuse a couple of times with slight variations on stories that people might be interested in. Now
Hmm.
that that's such a popular thing that studios are doing or whatever.
Yeah, so go see the movie and let us know what you think. Like, comment,
Hmm.
subscribe, give us your thoughts, and pay attention to your mail because we do know what you did last summer.